Hi, my name's Helen and this is my channel, Helen Mary Jo. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're returning, thank you. And if you're a Hell's Bell, hello. So I'm in the bathroom today, as you can see. It wouldn't take a genius to work that out, would it? And I'm kind of doing, I nearly said the full Monty. I'm not doing the full Monty. I am doing, talking about the new SURI toothbrush that I have. I'm doing my eyebrows. I'm drying my hair with my Airwrap dupe, and I am doing my makeup. So if you want to stick around for that, then this is the video for you. Everybody, I hope, brushes their teeth, and so this first part might be the only bit you're interested in, but I just wanted to show you my new improved SURI toothbrush. Now, I didn't think it needed improving. I'm perfectly happy with the toothbrush I've got. There's nothing wrong with it. But they have not rested on their laurels as a company. They have kept exploring, they've taken into account customer feedback, and they have made a few little changes. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to replace your old toothbrush, but it might mean that you want to buy a second brush. I mean, I'm so lucky now because I've got one in my toiletry travel bag that I can literally put my other toothbrush in there and I am good to go. And this one, the main thing about this one, I think the biggest change for me is the fact that it's now got a pressure sensor. So if you push too hard, it will let you know that you're putting too much pressure on your teeth. And I know my daughter-in-law in particular said that was the only thing that she missed from her SURI toothbrush. I am so lucky, I know that, but if you're looking for, if you haven't got one already, then obviously I would go with the new model, because why wouldn't you? And you know, it's a perfect Christmas gift for somebody because it's useful, and most of us now, we either want experiences or something that's useful, and obviously you're using this every day, at least twice a day, and the battery lasts forever. Well, it doesn't last forever, but it lasts a month, and that is true, absolutely true. I can guarantee that. So there's a few kind of highlights about this. As I say, the pressure kind of guide is the biggest new thing, I think. They've added some new accessories. We've got this little cover here, which if you just want to kind of take it in your bag to work or something, you don't want to take the whole case, it might be heavy for you, then you've got this little added extra. I mean, you know, this is what I mean. They haven't just said, oh, we've got a great product, let's just leave it there. They've got the new improved case, which has got battery charging for the UVC cleaning. I think you can see that light on there. So it takes a minute, I think, to get rid of any bacteria on the toothbrush. The charger has been slightly revised, I think. Yeah, it has, hasn't it? And this is also, what do they call this? What do they call that? Is that a UVC charger? I mean, there's only 3 types of charger now, isn't there? So I think we've all got these. You've got, if you just want to charge the case up, you can do that. And if you want to charge the brush up on its own, you can do that. And you see that light's still on there, and I think it's just marvelous. And I would add that SURI are a really, really lovely company to work with. I've actually stopped working with a couple of companies that, although I like their products, I didn't like their attitude, and I'm in the luxurious position of I don't have to put up with that. But SURI have never let me down. They have been so very generous. You saw they gave the children brushes. When my mum was ill, they gave her a brush. And, you know, they gave a brush for the giveaway. So they are truly a lovely company, which I mean, doesn't really matter to you, but they're ethical. As you know, they wanted to get rid of all the brushes that are going into landfill, so these are sustainable. You send them back free of charge to SURI. So I can't really praise them high enough. I absolutely love them. I'm absolutely delighted to get my new brush, and I keep it on the mirror on the magnetic holder that it's got you know, double-sided tape to hold it onto your mirror or your tiles or wherever you want to keep it really. So that's the toothbrush. They also have a 100-day money-back guarantee, and that tells you the faith that they have in their own product. So really, you've got nothing to lose. And there's a discount code, which will be on the bottom of the screen here. And use my link if you want to enjoy the new SURI toothbrush. So, right, what am I going to do now? I'm going to do my eyebrows next, and they don't really need doing, so I've got to be careful with that. So I will just kind of reposition the camera so that we can do that for those of you who haven't been with me before when I have been doing my eyebrows. So, part 2. A lot of people, after I said about my eyebrows the other day, said, oh, could you show us now? My eyebrows don't really need doing, so I am not going to leave this product on for very long at all. If this is just a demonstration. So I've told you before that I use the Just for Men, and this is proof that I do. And this one is in the medium brown, and that seems to be about right for me. It sometimes is darker to start with, but then it soon kind of fades down, so it's not a problem. And then what I use, you know, this is just me, okay? Do a patch test if you've got sensitive skin or if you're worried. I'm not telling anybody, you know, to do this. I'm just saying this is what I do. So I always use one of these little razor blade boxes because it's just the right size and it's convenient. And I always have a little wet cotton wool pad handy. So just take the lid off. I can't do this one-handed. So I put about not even a centimetre of this in here. I mean, you really don't need much. So that is the colour base. And then I add the same amount of the colour developer. I mean, this lasts for ages because you use so little of it. Do be aware, like I've got a porous sink and it will stain the sink if you're not careful. So be careful about washing it away, and it'll go on your fingers, and whatever it touches, it will dye. So the same, I just put those together. And then I find these, the best thing is a little TP brush. And that's just right, because it's just kind of, just right. It's perfect. I've tried lots of things before. I've tried cotton wool buds, they're too kind of fluffy. I've used kind of sticks, I've used all sorts, but these are just perfect because they've got the little brush on the end. They just adhere to your hairs. So then I just go in and carefully, and for the grey hairs, I concentrate on those a little bit more. Can you see that? It's not very good light, is it? You might be able to see this one better. Whoops. Try not to get my actual hair in it. So you just brush that on. I think you can see what I'm doing there, can't you? And then it develops quite quickly. So I would probably leave that on there for 30 seconds. Just be aware, obviously, that that one's had it on for longer than that one. And then all I do is I use a wet cotton wool pad and just take that off. It will go a lot darker. If I left that, it would go darker. And it is as easy as that. I'm quite lucky. My eyebrows are kind of more or less naturally this shape, so I just have to pluck out a few stragglers here And goodness me, there was a really long grey one the other day. It was about 1 inch long. And the other thing I do, which I just trying to get rid of the dye off there, off the brush, is, I mean, I've done this again, I've done this quite recently, but if you brush all the hairs upwards, it's a bit wet still, but if you kind of, I mean, like, this doesn't really need doing on me because I've done it not that long ago, but you can see there's a couple of kind of hairs protruding, and you just get a little sharp pair of nail scissors and cut the top, and you will see you get a very nice smooth line. All of these little things just, you know, they just help you feel groomed. And I think as you get older, being groomed is one of the most important things, actually, because you just look like you care, and I do care. So that's how I do my eyebrows. So anybody that was asking, I hope that's helped. And next stop, what will I do first? I'll do my face first and then my hair. So I've got to reposition myself. That's right. So I think I just nearly, well, I might have broken my little toe out on the landing. It hurt so badly. I caught my little toe on a box on the landing. Oh God, I don't know. Fun and games. So, do you know what? It's been such a faff getting this sorted out that I can't actually remember what I said I was doing first, but I'm going to do my makeup first because that is what I would normally do. If I've washed my hair, I normally do my makeup first. So, you know, I know I show you lots of different products, and that is because I'm always trying new things. You know, I always have, I always will, I guess. And something that I am loving just now, and actually on days when I'm not filming or going out anywhere special, I am just using this Erborian CC Dull Correct, and I absolutely love it. I've had it for ages, but I haven't really worn it before. But it just is enough. If you don't want to wear kind of a lot of makeup, I always feel like I'm doing the sign of the cross when I do that. It just kind of gives your skin, I mean, obviously it looks a bit scary when it goes on blue, but it just gives your skin, it evens it out and kind of brightens it up. And it's great on its own or under makeup. I don't know if you can see already what that's done, but I can see in the mirror. It's very, very hard for me. Obviously, I'm just Helen. I'm just, you know, a housewife, now content creator, and so I don't have all the lighting and all the gadgets and all the gizmos. You know, I just film this on my phone, and sometimes I know the lighting isn't the best, but I do my best. So I don't know if you can see that, but it really does give a very natural, smooth finish that, as I say, on your average Joe Bloggs day, that's all I need. So then I have gone back to my Erborian BB Cream, and similarly, do you know what? Yeah, because I do use, oops, that was good. I do use my YSL primer. Well, you can see how much I've used, but I'm not going to use that today because I'm not actually, I have got to pop out later, but I'm not kind of seeing anybody or doing anything special. So I will just pop a little bit of this. I've got this in the shade Dore or Dory, I don't know how you say it. And again, it gives a nice, light, natural coverage. And it feels great going on. It really is. Easy to wear. And gives my skin a great finish. Enough. I mean, the CC cream is enough 9 times out of 10 for my life that I lead. It's nothing fancy, nothing special. I have been using, I showed you this the other day and I am still loving it. That is the e.l.f. tint, and I got this in, I did say it on the video. Sure, it's not written on it anywhere. I've thrown, I think it's called Passion Pink or something ridiculous like that. But I will link it down below. And I just pop that on roughly where I want it. And then I'm doing it all kind of with my fingers today because that's the mood I'm in. We had a bit of a funny start to the day actually, because Rob thought these chaps were coming at 7 AM to pick something up from the garden. A lintel actually, a massive great big lintel that we had left over from our building works that's been sitting in the garden forever and a day. And these guys were buying it. And so I thought, oh, I'm staying out of the way, 7 in the morning. Nobody needs to see me that early in the day. So I stayed in bed. Now, I always get up before Rob. I mean, 9. Oh, look, I've got flipping eyebrow dye on my fingernail. That'll come off. Yeah, it's coming off. And so I was in bed and there was no sign of them, no sign of them. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness me. I mean, it was only 7 AM, you know, just gone. And I'd been awake for a while. And then he came upstairs a bit sheepish about 20 past 7 and said it's 7 o'clock tonight. What a numpty. And the other thing I have been using lately, I've been really admiring those girls on the TV, you know, that always look like they've kind of got that glow on their cheeks. You know, women, like older women as well as younger women. And I have been trying to achieve that. And I think that this is giving me a pretty good stab at that, actually. And this is just the Primark highlighter drops. So that has meant that the blusher has toned down. So I'm just going to go over it with a little bit of cream blush, because I do want to have some blush on my cheeks. But you can see how that's got that, just that kind of sheen on it, which I like. And then I have gone back recently to my Naked palette, my Urban Decay Naked palette. You know, I just chop and change between them, really. I'm using, what's that, kind of a domed brush, isn't it? Eyeshadow brush. I think this one, oh, this is a Max Factor one. I've had all my brushes for years. So I'm just going to pop a bit of brown onto my lid. Well, it's this one, if you need to know. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5. Oh, it's got a name. Tease. Ooh. These names are ridiculous, aren't they? So I have just put kind of a little bit of that on there. And what I've been doing lately as well, I do like trying out new things, you know. It's just who I am. You don't have to. I'm using this light colour here, and I'm just going to go along the edge, which is a bit kind of contrary to putting the darker colour in there. But can you see how it kind of lightens my lid? And I think I like that effect. Then I am going to just get a little bit more of that, just very, very lightly, and go up to my brow, and then just blend the whole lot in. Blend, 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 as they say. That's my eyeshadow done. And then I've started doing this lately as well. You know, as I say, I just like experimenting. And that is going in and what they call tight lining. So just putting that under my lashes. To just deepen the look of the mascara. I'm still using my YSL mascara because I love it, but I also love the e.l.f. one, I love the Primark one, and just now I'm loving this one. Let's see how that light bit kind of gives something for the eyelashes to kind of show against, I suppose. You know, the darker lashes against the paler eyelid. I mean, I haven't kind of learned that anywhere. I just had a little play and that's what happened. So happy, happy days. And then lipstick. What shall I use? I'll use one of these Makeup Academy ones. MUA. So that's kind of the stain. And then you've got the lipstick on the end. So that's my makeup. I mean, gosh, it's a bit, it's a lot, isn't it, with my hair in a turban? But once I get the balance of my hair back, it will work, I think. But I do like that kind of highlighted effect. I think it's kind of youthful. Not useful, youthful. Put my teeth in. So now I am going to dry my hair because, as I say, quite a few of you have asked me about that with the Dyson Dupe. So I'm just going to get the products that I'm going to use and sort myself out for that, and I'll be back with you in a second. So I've brushed my hair. It's ready to dry. It's kind of what you'd call towel dried. And I am going to use this Percy and Reed Wonder Balm. I'm not going to put tons on because I did actually put a treatment on my hair today, and a Philip Kingsley elasticizer. I'm not going to put it through that front bit because I need for that to kind of not be too smooth, because if it's too smooth it won't hold the kind of curl that I plan to put into it, which is, you know, the one at the front. So for that I'm actually going to use my, what make is this? I can't remember. Babyless curler, which you've seen me use before. If you're a regular on the channel, you'll have seen me use this before. Just clear some of the hair off, honestly, my hair. So just going to do that front bit first. And then what I'm going to do is put this roller in it just to give it the lift. With my hair, I can kind of almost go a little bit over the top with the lift because it will drop as the day goes on. So the next thing I am going to do is use some of this heat defense. Now, I don't think it really matters which one you use, but you should use one. And this is the Frizzy's Heat Defeat Protective Styling Spray. So just give that a bit of a mist, because I am going to be using a lot of heat on my hair today. And then I'm just going to comb that through to make sure it's distributed through the hair. You know, my hair is completely natural colour, so it's not bleached or anything like that. But certainly if you've got any kind of colour on your hair, then you should most definitely use the heat protector. Oh, and then I don't always use this, but for the purposes of this demonstration and to help the curls that I'm going to put in last longer, I am using the John Frieda Dream Curls Mousse. Not tons, kind of golf ball size, I suppose. Just to help those curls hold. And then I'm going to just section my hair here using these clips I got on Amazon, like crocodile clips, because my hair is thick and they you know, a lot of clips don't hold. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm using my Aldi dupe, but I will link the nearest one I can find on Amazon in the description box. And I'm just going to kind of rough dry it, but always going with the hair to try and keep it as smooth as possible. These do get quite hot, these attachments, so I sort of just let them drop off themselves. And now my sense of direction is absolutely terrible. So this has got the arrow going that way, so I'm assuming that that's going to be the hair going that way. So, but you know what, I just put whichever way it goes, I just do the side that it's going. Now this is really not much of a demonstration, if I'm honest, because this is what I do. So I just get the section of hair. I'm always going away from my face, and I just let it do its thing. It does get hot. And you can see. And then don't touch it, let it cool down. And get the next bit. And that's kind of what I do. I just go round, letting it kind of pick up the hair and curl it. So you can see. And then that bit under there needs doing. Quite hot. You can, gosh, take my earring out, that's got hot. You can do it on a lighter, you know, not such a high heat. And that's kind of what I do. I mean, I just let it do its own thing. And I just go around my whole head doing that. So what I do differently on the top is, I'll show you. I pull it towards my face. so that it kind of smooths this bit out. So the main thing is that, as far as I can learn, is just let it cool down before you put your fingers through it. It's very, very tempting at this stage to put your fingers through it. But if you do, you break up the curl that you've kind of fixed into your hair. So this one's still a little bit damp, so you can see that. I'll just go back in. Pull the styler out. Don't kind of, you know, undo the curl. Just pull the styler out and just leave it. And you can see how those curls are forming so easily. And then I just do the same on the other side. So I'll swap over the heads. Where is it? I've got to find it. God, I really think I might have broken my toe, because even just leaning on my foot, it's hurting. You can see my hair is kind of wavy. If I just leave it do its own thing, it's wavy. So it does like to take a curl, if you know what I mean. But I don't use any clever technique. I kind of just let the styler pick up the hair. I mean, that can look a bit scary, can't it? But, you know, once I put my fingers through it, it will be different again. I think, you know, the beauty of this thing is it does just literally pick up the hair. So that is what I do over my whole head, and then I've got the curl at the front there that's giving it that height, which I like. So I'll let that cool completely. I will put a little bit of, that actually doesn't feel dry. I'm going to pop that roller back in. and give it a blast with the hairdryer. So I'm just using it without the end on it because I don't really need that. I just wanted to get that blast of cold at the roots there. And then I'll just put a little bit of hairspray under there to hold that up. So my hair has grown so quickly, hasn't it? I can't really believe it. But that's the kind of, you know, the curly look, the kind of volume curls. And yeah, I've done that quickly. Obviously, I could go over the whole head and do it some more. But it's quite a kind of glamorous look, isn't it? But equally, let me see what I've got here. I could put on some texturizing product to kind of split those curls up a bit. This is called Funky Chunky. I don't even know if they still do this. This was so old. If you want to kind of separate those curls out, you can just do that with a product like this. I see that bit needs another bit of work to it, but I'll just go back in and do that. It's quite effective, isn't it? How quickly that's done that. So this is Sheer Blonde Funky Chunky. I will link it if I can. And if not, I'll find something else that does the job. It's just a texturizing product so that you don't get just a big kind of head. I'm just going to do that bit again because see how that's kind of lost itself. See, that's kind of brought that back. I did give it a cold blast at the end, but I don't know what the back looks like, but I'll show you now. And I'll see it when I look at the video. So as I say, this looks a bit kind of big at the moment, but it will drop right down. And like that is cool now. So yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, really? That little bit of kit. Got my regrowth there. Look at all that. All coming through, thanks to Hair and Me. So I could tiddle around with this all day, but, you know, I've got better things to do. So if you want to play with it and get it, you know, a certain way, I mean, the basis is there. So it's not difficult to do that at all. And yeah, there we have it. For those of you who are asking, that's how I've been doing my hair. I hope you've enjoyed this video. All my brows, my teeth, I nearly said my falsies, but I haven't got any falsies that I'm aware of. Yeah, so that's me. That was a lot, wasn't it? Everything from the neck up dealt with. But don't forget my code, Helen M, for 20% off the new SURI toothbrush. It's a fabulous piece of kit that I don't think you'll ever regret having. It's got the longest charge time of any toothbrush I've ever known. It's virtually silent, and I absolutely love it, as do all of my family that now have these toothbrushes. So the link is in the description box. Bag yourself a fabulous new toothbrush with 20% off. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you really soon. Bye.